what it means. Dzogchen. Dzogchen is a Tibetan word, but it means great completed. And of course translated great perfection. Perfect, great perfection. But if we translate Dzogchen, Dzogchen word is a great completed. Great completion. It's not small completion, it's not medium completion, it is a great completion. What is complete? There's many teachings. Entire Buddha teaching is completed within the Dzogchen. Entire that. It's not just only the basic Buddhist school teachings are completed, or only the Sutra Mahayana is completed, or only the Vajrayana is completed. Entirely Buddha teaching is completed in the Dzogchen. Therefore, it's called the Great Dzogchen or Great Dzogpa Chenpo. Dzogpa Chenpo is not small Dzogpa Chenpo or Dzogpa Chungmo, Dzogpa Rungpo in the Tibetan word. It's not. It's Dzogchen. And along with that means the entire Buddha teaching is complete. That means all the practice aspect of the entire teaching, the day one Buddha's teaching, until he entered the Mahaparinirvana, all that practices are completed in the Dzogchen teachings. Everything is completed. And then together with that means, while we practice, when we practice it, there's all practices combined together. Skillful means and wisdom practices. Everything is skillful means and wisdom practice. That also completed. Dzogchen, there's nothing is missing. Skillful means practices, completion means practices. Every time trying to make a little more clear of the skillful means and wisdom practices, if we say according to accumulation practices, wisdom merit and accumulation merit. Skillful means practice is the accumulation practice. And the wisdom practice is then, or wisdom practice is wisdom merit choice. Or sometimes visible meritorious activities and invisible meritorious activities. In the Tibetan teaching it said, Namji sonam di tso, nami yishi di tso. The visible meritorious activities of the something that you can see, it is the meritorious, merit, accumulation merit. Invisible meritorious activities of the wisdom. That is, so this skill means wisdoms are combined together. That is what the really Dzogchen is. Dzogchen is not just we're looking one side corner and trying to grab that. If we do that, then we are misinterpreting, and we are not doing the full panoramic view or panoramic quality. We are not really activating full panoramic quality of the practice, or 360-degree angles of the practice of the Dzogchen. We are ignoring that. Good. Therefore, look and read life story of all those great masters. When we read life story of those great masters, how they are down to the earth. Down to the earth. How much they are practicals. How much they have common senses. How many they have thought force. How many they have respect and appreciation to everyone. Yet so humble and so simple, down to the earth. Down to the earth. And that means they are keeping perfect the guidelines of the basic Buddhist school teachings. Perfect Buddhist teaching guidelines. They're not saying, I'm Dzogchen practitioners and I'm going to ignore the past Buddha teachings or the basic Buddhist teachings. Or I'm the Dzogchen practitioner, I don't need Mahayana teachings. This is super Vyanas. They're not saying, all combined together. If we don't do combine, everything, if we could lift it up, we don't, then what is becomes? Then, as I said earlier, then we become narrow, we become skeptical. Then maybe it will lead us to disappointments. And then we will feel failing in a way, spiritually failures. And we don't want it. We like to build up all the way. Therefore, every time in the teaching, it says, reflecting the 4 renunciations with the devotions. These 4 renunciations, or 4 points that will change our mind. And many of you know that. You know, I heard that many times. But really, we know that or not. Everything really carefully. What are those? For example, we call the 18 endowments of the precious lives. What are the 18 endowments? Everything. What are those 18 endowments? Truly we have that. But what are those? Why gracious teacher Buddha said this 18 endowment, the precious life? He has principally 2 meanings, 2 purposes. Bring more joy and appreciation, more grateful of the situation and circumstances. At the same time, have the courage and commitment, use this beautiful life. Make meaningful. Meaningful now, meaningful future. Meaningful now for us, meaningful now for the others. Meaningful for us for future, meaningful for others. That is what it is. So I'm going to highlight of these 18 endowments. I'm going to highlight it. Even though many of you maybe you know that, some of you know, or maybe few of you don't heard that. Me too. I heard this so many times, but I really reflect that. Yeah. And that is now add freedoms. First, add freedoms. And now, what we think, what we are now, for ourselves, what we are now. And first is, if I listed those adds, first is hill realms. And then hunger ghost. And then animals. And then long life gods. And the next one is then the barbarians in the teaching, or the Lalo in the Tibet. Lalo, many of you know about Lalo. And then next one is the completely skepticals. Or Lokta in the Tibet. Wrong idea, wrong beliefs. Skepticals, that's what I do. Then is no Buddha. Buddha never came or have no teaching available at all. Completely. So those those add are known as if we have those add, we are not freedom. If we are in some of those, one of those, or 2 of those, if we are completely in that status, we are not completely freedom. What kind of not freedom? We are not freedom to grow our inner realizations. We don't have opportunities to develop our realization. We are completely caught samsara, mundane, habitual, the busyness, boring qualities. We are completely caught with that. We don't have any opportunity to drown our inner beautiful glorious qualities or bring up that. So therefore, we think myself now, for example, I'm not in hell rings. How grateful, how beautiful. Generally, what means? Means 6 realms is, as long, according to Buddha teaching, 6 realms are like our territory that we roam. R-O-A-N, we roam according to karmic wind. There's nothing is certainly reserved for us for all the time. We roam. And that is pushed by the karma and the karmic winds. So we can be in hell realms, according to Buddha teaching. We can be in hunger ghost realms. We can be any other those realms, situations. But now thinking to ourselves, we're not in that status. We're not in those states. So therefore, how grateful, how beautiful, how special, That means, again, in the Buddha teaching what said, what you did in the past, even though you don't see in the past lives, but read your present situations. Present situation will tell what you did in the past. And even though we don't know the future what will happen, but read your present action, activities. That will pretty much you can deduct or inference the future, our destination, and about the future of our situations. Therefore, when we have all that freedoms, that means truly we did something quite good. This is not just happened by coincidental. It's not just by happiness by itself. Truly, it has beautiful cause. That cause and the conditions is not given by someone else and lauded us. They cannot. There's no way. So that means we did something good in the past, even though we don't know the past or see the past. But seeing this, our situation now on the vividly, on the state, that you can judge of our past. We did quite good. That was also virtuous, good activity. Many times the teaching said it's all virtuous activity that you did. Many good morality, conduct activities that you did in the past. That's what it is really like. Beautiful life now. So therefore, feel happy in the joy and the appreciation of this and have the courage and the commitment to use. Now, if we have the 8 freedoms, then if we don't have the 10 luxuries, again we are missing. We have not fully equipped to develop and discover our inner beautiful glories and richness qualities. Those are the 10 luxuries. 5 are connected externally, or 5 is connected with from the supporters, and 5 is connected with one's own self. In the Tibetan, in the Buddha teaching mentioned Rangdrol and Yemdrol. Oh, the luxuries that comes from the others and luxuries that comes from one's own self. 5 luxuries. 5 luxuries from others, 5 luxuries from one's own self. Those are the 5 luxuries. These 5 luxuries, again, of course, we know the 10, 18 endowment that we heard so many times. And those are also in the books too, the words of my perfect teachers. But how much did we catch that? Maybe we read one times, but did we remember that? That means we did contemplation enough. Studying and contemplation. It is enough. In a way, the kind of passing throughs. When you drive in a highway, we see many things on the road. But just with all that's wonderful, beautiful, all this is not good. But what you see, what is just a kind of skips away. Similarly, when we're reading the books, listen to the teachings, many times it kind of skips away. And we're always looking something nugget. Then we lose the ground. Oh, I like that. If we started thinking of that, more kind of not with practical, we can thinking and following that we follow with our conception ego clingings, according to the teaching from the beginner's time until now. What we ended up or what we are now. That. All ego-killing activities, we like ego-killing activities. We don't say, I don't like that ego-killing activities. Never say, we like ego-killing. I love it. I like this and that. And kind of that. But reality level, what we really got? Always worried, always stressful, always undoubtful, always not rested. And then also that reflected according to the teaching to the physical condition in the environmental situation, and it's always something wrong, always something missing, always something else. That going on and on is the ego result, reflecting the ego activities. So now, with this understanding, we should really, again, highlight this. Because why I'm talking this, Dzogchen is, as I said many times, and you all know, and we heard from the great masters all the time, is the greatest teachings. But also we have to reflect these things. This very important, the ground issues, ground qualities, the foundations is important. So now, the 5 luxuries from the others is, first one is Buddha came, I'll list the first 5 and then go through all that. And first 5 are Buddha came to this world. And the second is Buddha gave the teachings. And the third is the teachings are still existing. And then fourth is still there's many practitioners who practice. And then not just a practice, and the fifth one is there's also the teacher available, qualified teachers available. So those are known as 5 luxuries from the others. Why is used that? According to Buddha's teaching, there is some eons the Buddha never comes. So there's no Buddha. Those are in Buddhism named eon of the darks, darkness eons. There is no Buddha came. So we are not that happy. For us, it's not. Buddha came. We are the eon of light. And actually in the Buddha's teaching, so this eon is not fortunate eons. We are one of those fortunate eon experiencer or capturers, one who captured that. This is not just fortunate eons outside, we isolated from that. We are part of that fortunate eons. So Buddha came. Buddha Shakyamuni came 2,600 years ago, according to a different chronology system, but that came. And then even Buddha came in this world, sometimes Buddha don't give teachings. Even Buddha came, that teachings. And so that also happened. For example, Buddha said, first he contracted when he left the kingdom and searching for the inner wisdoms, and 2 sages Buddha met and discussed and received some teachings from them. And they give what their realization and their understanding to the Buddha. But that didn't give complete satisfaction to the Buddha. And they knew that Buddha will get enlightenment and become the great teacher of the true natures. But they also said, you will get enlightenment, but we are unfortunately, we won't experience, receive your wisdom teachings. That we will be passed away before that. So they passed away before that. That situation, for example, many times that happened. So Buddha came. And then Buddha, for example, also when Buddha reached enlightenment under the Bodhi trees, he did not give teaching for 49 days. He completely stayed in silence. And there is many others, according to the Buddha teaching story, that sometimes the Buddha reached enlightenment, but time and the situation is not completely correct, and then Buddha don't give the teachings. But we are not. For example, the Buddha came, and the Buddha gave the teachings. We born in an era of the teaching, the light is existence. Then the Buddha gave the teachings, for example, came, they gave the teaching, Buddha teaching disappeared. According to Buddha's teaching, Buddhism was not going to stay forever, according to teaching. And many other great masters says it will stay long time. Many times. Even they divided many times, like maybe about 3,000 years, Buddha teaching will remain and then that. So this is it. But we are born, well, Buddha teaching is very active. Active in a Buddha teaching is still that light is here. And so that is what to call. And then Not just the Buddha teaching is there, but if there is no practitioners, we don't have the Sangha members. We don't have the supporters. We don't have the helpers. Sanghas are known as source of inspirations, source of the growth and the learning. There's many Sangha members are practicing. We can just swing in together with them and develop our college. So the Sangha members we have similar idea, similar view, similar vision, similar goal. Those are all so supportive, so beneficial, so helpful to along the path. We have that. And that is what really is so beautiful. Then even the Sangha member, if there is no qualified teachers or teacher available, then but still we are not completely equipped. And that is not that we are. We have all met so many great masters, one after another. We can select it, we can choose, in a way. How fortunate, how lucky we are. Really, all of them. Those all known as luxury that comes from others. They are in a way others outside. Then there's 5 luxuries, one's own self. Once they're related with our own self. And again I will list it. First, being born as human beings. Perfect human beings. And the second is all the organs and senses are clear and intact. And born where there is teachings available. Third is we are born to teach. And then fifth is our professional activity is not completely kind of like reversing our practice. So our action, our professional job or our activity is kind of lined up with the quite with Dharma. And the fifth one is devoted to the teaching. Devoted to the teaching. So that we have that. First, we are born as human beings. Human beings, which is so wonderful. Human beings. According to the Buddha teaching, there are so many beings of the 6 realms, but human being is so special. It has great opportunities to develop and grow and discover our beautifulness. Perfect kind of like conditions to discover. If somehow we don't have that, so that therefore we should be grateful that we're born as human beings. As I said earlier, you know that. And the second is being as the human being. Or second is then all the senses are. Senses are perfect. We are very intelligent in senses. And the third, born where there is teaching available. Even we are human beings, if there is no teaching available, even you like to practice it, then it's kind of stuck. You don't have all those opportunities. And that happens many times. That these days, many times we receive some emails that I'm so sorry that we don't have any teachers, Buddhist teachers or the Nyingma teachers in this area. Could you help me? Really, we receive those through the emails. So this is definitely can happen. And then our professional job, the activity, is something also completely not negative activity. Whatever we do, we're doing something kind of lined up the positive, helping to others, helping to ourselves, and which is good, very special. And then, fifth one is a devoted to Dharma. Now, everything of all that 18 endowments. First is, of course, at freedom is so special. At freedom. Above that, these 10 luxuries. Last 2 are of the 10 luxuries. So that means 2 are from the luxuries from others. Last 2 are the luxuries from one's own self. Is so special, so luxurious. Last 2 are from the from others, sports from others. What are those?
That there's a Sangha and there's teachers.
Yeah. If we don't have, even all the rest we have luxuries, then we'll stop. That is again rarest of rarest, or rarest. That two, last two luxuries. Then from our luxuries, last two are again rarest. Rare. It's very precious. For last two are again from our son, what are those two?
That we have faith and interest in the Dharma, and
that's it. And that last two are. And we completely can't have the wrong occupations, wrong professional jobs. That completely caught. Even if we have every situation we devote, that then is nothing. And then particularly the last one is devotion of the path. If we don't have the path, the devotion, motivation, no matter how many luxuries you have, nothing going to happen. That is not. So therefore, if you look every of those at freedoms, how fortunate I am. If we look every those at 5 luxuries of others, how fortunate we are. And if we look of every this 5 luxuries of one's own son, how luxuries, how fortunate we are. Truly, really. So those are known as 18 endowments. Then I will talk one, just list the names of the days, and at temporarily or at suddenly arising obstacles to our freedoms. Those are Great Master Lungchiba listed. He highlighted them. First is Dongyal, raging emotions of the 5 ozones. And very dull. Second is very dull, and kind of mind is completely bloated up. That is second. And the third is completely associated with wrong, negative friends. Third, and the fourth is very heavy laziness. Very heavy laziness. And fifth is, and so many karmic, kind of bad karmas coming one after another, and those are known as in the Buddha teaching, suffering after sufferings. One after another, suffering after suffering. And then seventh is that you are completely kind of like controlled by the power of others. Or as slaveries, all this completely kind of slaveries. And the fourth is, not fourth, eighth is pretending the practicing. Or in other words, Hippocrates of the practitioners, kind of pretending the practices. Again, even we have the 18 endowments perfectly, beautifully, but if those camps, then we are losing those luxurious qualities. We are damaging the luxury qualities. So therefore, again, courage and a commitment, confidence, and with strong devotion, keep up, be held up, strong. And emotion comes, all those, since you receive all the teachings, apply to those techniques. Whatever the emotions are disturbing, really, not chasing after that emotions. Chasing after the emotions. Then that is what the gracious teacher, Buddha used examples. Chasing the stone by the doggies. Drawing through the stone to the doggy, and many times dog chase the stones. So if we're chasing the emotions, it goes on and on. So therefore, activated teachings there. And then when the kind of lady or this dullness, stupid things, strengthen up courage and commitment, and do the practice such as the Menjushris, or something kind of lighten our heart and mind. Inner wisdom, we all have the inner wisdoms. There's no difference according to Buddha teaching. The Buddha nature is everywhere. It's just going to begin to shine, waiting to shine out fully that. Every remove or kind of process to remove the habitual patterns. So, therefore, kind of strengthen and starting, even those difficult, starting, meditate, and then in what do the accumulation meditation practices, circumambulances, postrations, cleaning the temples, shrines, like beautiful arrangements. There's a beautiful story that you know in the Buddha's time. Buddha is one of the arhatas, who is now among the one of the 16 arhatas in the Buddha teaching. But when he was born, he was so dumb, that he don't remember anything. When you teach something, when you teach that one verse teaching, the first verse you teach, first one line teach, and when the second line comes, the first one completely forget it. And third line comes, he completely forget a part of the second ones. Like that kind of damage. Don't do anything. But there's beautiful stories. I won't talk those things now. Maybe you heard that already. But at the end, what Buddha did, he can't do anything. But yet he became the monk. He ordained the monk because he's so desperate situation. His parents died, his everything, his house, his family completely gone. And they just become one after another tragedy happened. Then he just like little boy there hanging on the street and he never know where to go, what to do. And the great teacher Buddha came, particularly Shariputra, accepted him as like come to follow us instead. That he felt so happy. And he thought to give teaching, but when he gives teaching, he don't remember, he don't know anything. And then, what great teacher Buddha said, and you know how to clean the temple? He said, yes, I know that. So he started to clean the temple of the Sharasta, or Jetawa groves, cleaning. He's cleaning, very diligently, beautifully cleaning that. And because of meditative activity in the Buddha's blessings, and he realized, finally he started singing the song of the realizations. This cleaning is not cleaning of the dirt, cleaning of the poison. This not cleaning is not cleaning of the fire, it's cleaning of the, again, impure habitual patterns or emotion. One after another he started singing that. Everybody thought, how you got that knowledge? Just say it happened. It happened. So then he received more teaching. Soon he became one of the great arhata, and he is one of the 18 arhatas. The 16 arhatas, sorry. That's really how it is. So therefore, this is all that you can develop. It's even though that the limit. And then the negative friends. So many times, it is, of course, it's a friend. But our way of thinking and our conduct, way of their thinking, way of their conduct is quite opposite. And opposite we did virtues, we did dharma. So therefore, again, trying to watch out. Therefore, always the spiritual friend, sangha friend is so important. So important, so precious. So those are the, then I can go maybe later in future. So those are generally, I thought about this precious, what's called, four points. 4 points that change reverse our mind, and so that we can use some of that. I spoke today briefly and kind of highlighted of the meaning of the 18 endowments. And now we go